The Supreme Court is set to rule on access to a widely used abortion pill.
The High Court has until midnight to decide whether restrictions on mifepristone imposed by lower courts can take effect while a legal challenge to the medication's approval continues. Earlier this month, a federal judge issued a ruling that would revoke the pill's FDA approval. An appeals court then ruled it could stay available, but with limits. The Supreme Court pushed the deadline to decide the issue tonight.
CBS News' chief legal correspondent, Jan Crawford, joins us now to break it all down. It's great to see you, Jan. So walk us through what are some of the possible decisions the High Court could make in this case before the deadline tonight?
Yeah, I mean, and we obviously have no idea when we're going to get that anytime between now and midnight. But there's really three main approaches that the court could take here. Number one, they could block this federal court judge's ruling in Texas entirely. That was the status quo. That would keep this drug available just like it's always been. It wouldn't change anything. And then the case would just play out in the lower courts below. It could also say the opposite, which is we're just going to let this judge's ruling go into effect, and that would have, of course, a tremendous impact immediately, because that would mean that the pill could no longer be used. And as you said, it's used in more than half of the abortions in this country right now. So that's would be, I think, the most extreme and surprising thing that the court could do. And then the other thing it could do is kind of a mixed bag, take that middle ground and block part of the judge's ruling, but then allow other parts of it to proceed. And that's what the federal appeals court did in this case when it said the judge went too far, when he said that the pill could never be used for abortions, that the FDA had not properly approved it more than 20 years ago, but it allowed other parts of his ruling to take effect, as you indicated, such as restrictions on how women could get the pill. It would end kind of prescription by mail of this pill, and it also would limit the time frame for its use from 10 weeks, which the FDA approved, down to 7 weeks. That was the system that was in place in 2016. It would just revert back to that. So it's got those three, just to summarize, I guess, bottom line, it's got kind of those three options on timing. Keep it available just like it's always been, say no, it can't be used at all, and let the ruling take effect, or that middle ground.
And Jan, to be clear, this is a decision about the stay. Would the court even take up the case should it get that far?
So once they kind of decide, that's another issue in the case. How are they going to let it just play out now in the appeals courts below? Right now it's down in the Fifth Circuit in New Orleans. Or are they going to jump right in and say, we're going to take this case now before it goes through the normal process and have arguments in the case and have a decision sometime this summer? My guess is, and again, that would be kind of an extraordinary move. The justices like for these issues to proceed in the normal case, the normal process, and that would be to let the lower courts examine it and look at the record, and then they have all the arguments that are more fully developed. So then when it comes to the Supreme Court, again, which I suspect it will down the road, then they've got a really complete record. Remember, there's also a different challenge in Washington State by some Democratic attorney generals that came out the exact opposite way of this Texas judge. So that's playing out there, and the judge in that case said the pill had to be available, and whatever the Texas judge said. So you've already got some competing rulings. They may just decide they'd rather let this play out so you kind of get the complete record before they take another look at it.
And finally, Jan, what implications could this case have on the government's ability to approve medications going forward? Because I think that's a big question on everyone's mind.
It is. And I mean, it's a great question and really interesting issue. And I interviewed the head of the American Medical Association this week. They've been involved filing papers in this case from the beginning, because they say, I mean, obviously, this has never happened before, where a federal judge goes in and second guesses FDA authorization from some 2 decades ago and then say they're going to revoke it. So the American Medical Association and other medical groups are saying, if this is allowed, if the Supreme Court says the judge's ruling can take effect, no problem, then you're going to see challenges to other drugs that are somewhat controversial, including potentially birth control or other drugs that were developed with the use of, say, some stem cell research. So they are very concerned, not only in addition to the significance of the issue for abortion rights and access, but the bigger picture issue of what it would mean for other prescription drugs down the road. So, this is major implications here, multiple levels and across the board, I think.
Major implications indeed. Jan Crawford in Washington. Jan, thank you.
Thanks.